they manage to secure 800
How they
military
fund those
bases? Their dominance needs to be studied.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be checking why does the US have 800 military bases around the world.
That's a lot.
Really?
How many countries
800.
That's a lot. Too much.
How many countries do we have in total in all of the countries?
No, this is a good a research point. We need to know. Wait, we'll check at the end of the video.
Yeah. So guys,
Let's find out.
Okay.
she wanted to ask a question. Please ask.
Like, how do they manage to secure 800
How they
military
fund
bases?
those bases.
Jeez.
Let's dive
That's
into
some-
the video.
Territorial moves.
That's why they're the giants, the world power.
Early in the history of warfare, man learned that the best formula for victory was compounded of striking power, mobility, and self-protection.
The US is easily the most powerful country to have ever existed, and it certainly spends more on its military budget than any other country does today.
He said the US is the most easily country to be, and I just took my mind back to how the USA actually started, the whole history of USA, because there are some countries like they literally got their independence from Britain, but today they are like the leading world power, and there are countries that have been there before them, and now it's crazy.
Like
Their dominance
Really
is
massive.
their dominance needs to be studied. To be very
Serious.
honest, it is.
That's all pretty well known. But less well known is the fact that the US has around 800 military bases around the globe. This map can't even show that many dots. These are just 200 or so dots to give you an idea of where these bases are clustered. These bases are everything from massive military compounds to small airstrips in the middle of the ocean. If you combined all the foreign bases that every other nation has outside of its own borders, you
Russia
get a
has
total
9,
of
UK
about
plus
30.
France 13.
There's
Altogether,
never
the
been
other
a
countries
country
are like
with such a
13.
massive global presence. And the big question is, how did these bases get there in the first place? And how much is it costing US taxpayers to keep them open?
Keep them open.
That was a question I had. Like,
Yeah.
fund
Most of
it.
these bases cropped up after
Have you
World
seen
War
their
II,
budgets?
when the US set up in places like Germany and
trillions.
Japan to help maintain peace after an era of intense global war.
But we cannot expect these people to discard Nazi ideas with the casual air with which they abandoned their uniforms. Slowly, steadily, they must be taught the fundamentals of democracy. Our task is to supervise this training in democracy.
Even though these countries are now stable, robust democracies and allies, the US still has 50,000 troops in Japan and 54,000 in Germany. The Korean War brought an influx of American infrastructure into the Korean Peninsula, where we now have 28,500 troops stationed. The Cold War made the US expansion to every corner of the globe imperative to US strategic goals.
Here in Russia, you see the reason why we are spending billions of dollars in defense production. Why your family is paying the highest taxes in our history.
But even now that the Cold War is over, there's not a place on Earth that's not still covered by US military influence. This includes everything from naval compounds like those in Guantanamo Bay, to small drone bases like those in the Horn of Africa, to little-known posts in the middle of the Indian Ocean like that of Diego Garcia. And it's not cheap. Keeping US foreign bases open costs taxpayers between $70 and $100 billion per year. That's more than any other government agency receives in taxpayer money, besides of course the Department of Defense itself. Taxpayers pay between $10,000 and $40,000 more per soldier stationed abroad than they do for those stationed here domestically. But this cost seems to be worth it to most lawmakers. The idea that US military leadership provides an indispensable stability to the globe is now a fixture of our global strategy and our foreign policy.
In an uncertain world, full of breathtaking change, the one constant is American leadership.
You can't have stability without American leadership. There's only one nation in the world capable of rallying the freedom-loving people of this planet to confront evil.
American leadership is not just respected, it is required.
So over the past 70 years, the US has set up bases all over the world in response to threats, and then they just never left. These 800 bases around the world represent a massive system of military power that isn't often talked about. And it's us, the American taxpayers, that are financially supporting this. We have all decided that it's worth it to pump $100 billion out of our economy to keep these bases open on the far corners of our globe.
Sorry. So when you mess with the USA, you're not only fighting their country, they can attack you from any other angles of the world.
Imagine Nigeria trying to mess with the USA when they have a base there.
They have base everywhere, and you can't reach the mainland because they're so far from you. But they are so close to you. So
like they're just right. They're right under your nose.
Of course.
Imagine Nigeria having a conflict.
So for me,
with
I'm
them.
trying to imagine how many spies they have around, because if they have base everywhere, they have spies everywhere, literally everywhere, and they can get information that's happening everywhere.
You know, he said in Germany and Japan they have over 1,000 bases, not one, not two, 1,000. I mean, they can actually seize a country in just a second if they want to. It's scary.
I'm telling you, their dominance is
really
crazy. That's some kind
It is felt, it is seen.
It is perceived.
My God. Now I know why you guys are the giants of the world. Well, thank you guys for watching up to this point. Please drop a comment on the comment section if you are from the US or any part of the country concerning this. Because we want to get more educated about the military bases they have all around the world. Thank you guys, and see you in our next reaction. For now, bye and stay blessed.